What is up, 7 Days to Die players? It is your boy, John McGarrett's back with another tier list. I just kind of want to get them, I'm doing these so much. I know I'm pumping them out, but I just want to get these done because I want to get back to, I just want these out of my brain when I'm thinking about what type of 7 days content I want to make today. I want to be able to focus. So I'm just trying to, get the rest of the things that are in 7 days, even though I probably tier lists, do all the same tier lists for Darkness Falls and whatever. And this is an endless content, but at least I want to get the base things done for 1.0, 1.1, etc. So that's drinks and drugs. So just full screen that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Looks better. Okay. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to have to reference some of these things. I'm not sure if some of these are even in the game. We just look up Skull Crusher 7 days. This is probably not good for me to Right, okay, so these are still in the game. Okay. Right. So I got a list of them on the side for the candies or whatever, but we got black coffee S tier because it gives you crazy amounts of stamina regeneration. And it's just a little difficult to make. I think you have to get the book or whatever, but when you do unlock it, I love this. And then I'm gonna slide coffee right up there too because it gives you excellent stamina regeneration. Stamina regeneration is king because this comes down to you getting more stamina regeneration so that you can, right? It sounds kind of obvious when I say it, but when you go mining or something with a pickaxe or whatever, you pop a coffee, pop a black strap, and then you just get to mine a lot more efficiently without having to stop as many breaks, so that you can use more attacks, more power attacks, etc. It's just really good. So then we got. Is this the Forgetting Elixir? I don't remember. I gotta look up that picture again. So yeah, really poor quality tier list, just like normal. Forgetting Elixir. Grandpa's Forgetting Elixir. Yes, it is. I think it's a really good item. It's really expensive, so it's not going to be yes. I really like the item because I don't personally get it because whatever. It's pretty expensive from what I understand. But if you messed up your character and you don't want to start over, this is always a nice option. Plus, it's a good way to sync your dukes. Getting a Forgetting Elixir is a good way to sync your dukes if you're buying them from a store. Goldenrod tea, I would say is A tier. Beer, Goldenrod tea is A tier because it's easy to get. It's easy to make. Was easier to make. Goldenrod tea would be available pretty quick. And I'm not sure if it's locked behind your skill books now, but if it is, it's a lot worse than it used to be. But it does cure dysentery too, so you can eat rotten things and then cure your dysentery, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's just a nice drink to mass produce, and it gives you a lot more hydration. Beer is kind of C tier. I like beer. It's funny, but it doesn't really provide. It gives you a lot of stamina regeneration in a low amount of time. So there is that. So let's move that up to B actually. Water is just B. You need it, but you don't really care about. I don't really care about it. After day 2, day 4, it's just there. It's always there, but whatever. Grandpa's Moonshine, I'm pretty sure this is a melee upgrade, so I don't really care about it personally, but there is utility for it, but I just feel like it takes a lot of resources to produce Grandpa's Moonshine or to buy it. And during a horde night, sure, yeah, it's going to be kind of useful, but whatever. Murky water, I would say is A tier because I'm pretty sure it's still used in glue recipes and stuff like that, so it is still a valuable resource, even though I don't agree with the Fun Pimp's decision to get rid of glass jars, which I would say are the best item in the game. Just I'm doing this out of rebellion. So empty jars, bring them back. I love empty jars. I love mass producing them. I love just having a whole chest full of those because you need them for big glue farms, big farms like that. And then Darkness Falls does this thing too. I know I'm always plugging Darkness Falls, but they do it so when you make a resource, let's say boiled eggs, on my food tier list, I ranked a lot of the things that cost water really low because you're sucking all the water away. But in Darkness Falls, if you were to make a boiled egg, you'd get two things. You'd get the boiled egg in an empty jar, so you can go refill that jar. And same with making glue out of bones and stuff. you'd use the murky water and then get the empty jar back. And murky water is overpowered as well. I'm actually going to putting it up to the S tier because you can get the purification, the purification water purifiers. So then you can just drink these indiscriminately without even worrying about it. So then what that becomes is like I'm pretty sure the stack size is still 125 for murky water. So then you can it shrinks your all of your hydration into one slot, and that's really strong. I feel like that's really strong. I'm not sure what that is as well, so I'm gonna look it up. Oops. I'll just move on. Yucca juice, really strong, really easy to make. Water fountain. With the water purifier, it's good. I think you can drink from these. I'm not 100% sure. I should have looked at the. These probably shouldn't even be on the list, but I'll just slide them down there. But I'm pretty sure you could like. We'll just say this is like river water sources and stuff. Because you can with the water purifier you can drink from sources and not get dysentery. Red tea is really good for efficient digestion. It's really cheap. Learning elixir is really cool. I don't okay, so I'm gonna put it at the top of B because it's really cool. You can pop this before a horde night and then just get to rinsing them, and then you get a lot more experience. So that's really nice. Mega Crush, okay, sorry, Glass Jar. Mega Crush is the best item in the game. I think the best item in the game because you can pop one of these babies. If you got two Mega Crush, you survive the whole horde night. Okay? You just drink one, drink the next one, just start running. They'll never catch you. You can do whatever you want. You can be the best player alive. Purified water, it's kind of cool. This is okay. I mean, these are just like the reason why they're going a low A is because these become better as the game goes on because they become easier to get. But mineral water, it's just kind of rare, so you don't see it that much, so it's not that good. Or I don't think. And then you got the Yucca smoothie, which like I'm pretty sure it's either for heat. It gives you the extra buff of like heat and or coldness or whatever. But like I said, bottom A because it's good, but it requires a big resource investment, a lot of time, really high cooking level, etc. And then the empty jar, or I'm pretty sure these got removed from the game too, and bring these back. I love these two items. They're just another raw material. Like, I don't know why you deleted them because if it's supposed to be a crafting survival game, you want to like part of that is scavenging and hoarding and all that other stuff. So like, why are you taking away things, especially when they had uses? But I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen a can, so whatever. And at the very least, you can just scrap this down. Same with the glass jars. It would be nice to see some more sand recipes or glass recipes, just whatever. Painkillers, pretty OP. They give you a burst of health. They dehydrate the crap out of you, but they make you immune to stun. And in the early game, these are really strong to combo with first aid because first aid is overtime, DOT, but the opposite of damage overtime, heal overtime. But painkillers, immediate boost of health, and they make you stun proof for a while. So it's just stacking that with like a healing item slash first aid slash a pain pill. You can go from like really low health to max health in like 1 or 2 ticks. I'm going to worry about things I don't know until the end of the video where most people are already gone. Anyway, so now we got candies. Oh shits drops gives the user 100% fall damage, minus 100% fall damage for 5 minutes. That sounds really good. I'm going to put this at S tier because let's say you do a Dizhong Tower tier 5. I don't know if it's called that anymore, but you do a tier 5 and you rush up the top and you want to like you want to still turn the quest in the same day. You can just whatever. Or if like you're multiple levels up the tower and you have like no way out because you get backed in, you can go out the window and just jump off the building to safety. So I think that's pretty cool. Even though I feel like all the candy is super rare, but I would just pick up candies if you got extra money. I would pick all the candies up. This is +5 loot. I don't think that's super good, especially in the early game. But I mean, I'm sure this stacks really well with other perks. Recog. I don't really like Recog just because like it gives you increased range, but like I don't know. Just never feels like enough or that it matters because there's like this like there's a what is the word? Like in the early game, it doesn't feel like it does anything, and then by the time you would get to a point where you feel like you'd actually use it, it doesn't seem to matter because you're already doing so much damage. Fort Bite's pretty good. All these drugs dehydrate the crap out of you, so like keep that in mind. That's why they're going to the bottom of the tiers they're in, because like especially in the early game, it's a little bit harder to come across hydrating materials or hydrating consumables. So like whatever. But this gives you like massive damage mitigation. So like if you stack this with armor or whatever, and you're worried about it in a horde night, very very good. And if you're like getting chased down and you're running around, you can remember to pop your inventory open and eat those. It can save your life if you just like if you're quick with it. Health bar. 10 health bonus, a little bit of crit resist. I'm just gonna put it down here as niche. It's pretty okay, but whatever. Steroids, I like steroids a lot. Steroids are gonna go top of S because you get encumbered in the early game. You find some steroids, you pop the steroids. Now you're getting home twice as fast. Plus you're getting the 10% movement speed. I like these during horde night. I like these. Just a pretty good item. I'm not sure if drug withdrawal symptoms hit you as hard in the vanilla or if they even exist. But in Darkness Falls, they can really mess you up. So there's that. But I like steroids a lot. Antibiotics, obviously, you need these. Most people don't. Okay. So here's the thing. With 7 Days to Die, I don't like dying. I mentioned this in multiple videos. I hate dying. I think dying like is the entire purpose of the game, or not dying is the entire purpose of the game. But 7 Days doesn't necessarily like really punish you for that. And from a casual perspective, yeah, it's fine to die. But like, I think to enjoy 7 Days to its full potential, you need to play it like a permadeath, and it needs to feel really bad that first time you die. But every death after the first death feels less. You know what I'm saying? So I would put antibiotics obviously up in the S tier, like way ahead, because this is like a thing you really, really need. And there's no honey in here. But anyway, but that might be considered food. But I think that very, very plainly, antibiotics would be like, infection is one of the most common things you get hit with because you're just like, you get a little relaxed and you get tapped one too many times. Now you're infected. I think infection should be buffed more severely. I think when you die, you should be punished more severely. If you like, there should be like a hardcore mode for 7 days where like it deletes the game. And I know permadeath does exist and it turns the game into a roguelike, so that is a step in the right direction. But in my personal experience, I've played a lot of thousands of hours, or a few thousand, we'll just say a few thousand hours of 7 Days to Die. And there's friends in my group who would just die, use death as teleport, etc., as a game mechanic, which all power to you. But when you die that many times, they're the ones that'll go, oh, I don't want to play anymore. This is so boring. I don't see the point. And then I still want to go, and I'm still playing for weeks and the same playthrough afterwards. And other people, whatever, who take death seriously, tend to last longer in 7 days. But as you just like indiscriminately let yourself die and not care, why are you playing? You know what I'm saying? So not dying is like the first 7 days objective that I can go into more what 7 days needs to be a better game, but that is neither here nor there. Sorry about that. But let's just get back to the tier list. We got Rockbusters. Give the user 20% plus 20% mining harvest for 10 minutes. I would say S tier, right next to Blackstrap, obviously, because you get 20% more resources, so you're doing everything 20% faster. It's really good. These are just all really rare. I'd like to see these a little bit more, like the candies. I'd like to see them just a little bit more in the game, so you can actually like stack up a bunch of fun effects. That's also a fun mechanic. Like mechanics like that, effects like that. That also is going to give you variety and more fun to 7 Days to Die. Nerd Tats, kind of niche, I think. Give the user shock radius 1.2 for 5 minutes, but also give 5 food. So it gives you like an AoE on your shock, which is kind of cool. But who knows? I don't know. I don't think that's very super cool, but it's not super bad. We got hackers, 20% salvage. That sounds pretty cool to me. Salvage is almost as good as mining. You get a lot of resources from salvaging. That seems pretty good. Pretty whatever. Sugar butts, 10% bartering, pretty cool. A tier, high A tier, just because like you can stack up a lot of loot and then get a lot of dukes this way. Pretty straightforward. Next candy is Atom Bombs, Atom Junkies or whatever. 50% explosion damage, 50% explosion block damage for 5 minutes. So that's pretty cool. For Horde Knight, I'd imagine that's really good. So I'm going to put it right next to steroids. Because also, there's a method where I do a skip where I take TNT, throw it to the side of a concrete building or something like that, like with the packages like inside of that wall section, and I'll just blow up the wall and go and take it and then run home. And this would facilitate for that, and I feel like that's really good, especially if you're just trying to skip. Herbal antibiotics, this is from Darkness Falls, but it would go right up here. So I'll just slide it down here just because it's dark. D for Darkness Falls. LOL. Skull Crusher is 50% melee damage, and that's going to be really good. That's just going to be an all-around good item because 50% melee damage is a lot. I think you're getting like 20 plus damage for power attacks on like a bone knife and 20 something for your club, and 50% damage extra would be like a whole 10 extra damage. So just eating that with a power attack would give you an extra melee hit per power attack and half a melee hit per hit. So that sounds really strong with no negative side effects. The only thing that sucks is, again, is it's rare, but I'm saying that a million times. Vitamins actually are going to go top of S tier right behind Mega Crush because when you get the debuff that vitamins cures, your walk speed goes to like 10%, that fatigue or whatever, and that is so, you lose so much time. So just having vitamins in your inventory, I feel, is a necessity. Covert Cats, I think this is going to be like picking locks. Oh, sneak damage. Oh, that's kind of cool. This is kind of cool. 50% sneak damage. You can't rely on sneak damage, but it is kind of cool. You know what I mean? We'll just slide it up, put it ahead of beer. And then beer goes to the end. This is just like top. Learning Elixir, I'll put at the bottom of A just because of the Horde Knight experience. And then Jailbreakers, this is gotta be lockpicking. 100% lockpicking. That sounds really good actually, because those early gun safes, those early lock chests, like say you rush up the quest, you rush quests like I do, like go for tier 3s, and then you have those reinforced quests or chests that you can't open and rush through anymore. Having this would just immediately give you tier 3 loot without any investment into like a pickaxe, without any like it's just free. It's free quests. And like I said, rare, but it would be really cool to utilize. And I don't know. I still don't know what this thing is. Okay, I'm just going to not waste any more time here. I just don't know what this is. So I'm just going to put it in here. Bottom of B, because it looks like it's going to be near beer. So that's my tier list. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to see from me, whether it just be like gaming content, tutorials, or like more tier lists and stuff like that. Questions you got, videos for just me to talk about 7 Days to Die, etc. Thank you for watching. See you later.